Good day, everyone. I'm Aljumsan E. Amit from Bitel 82C, and now our topic is about corporation as a form of business ownership. What is corporation as a form of business ownership? A corporation is a business organization that operates as a legal entity that's separate from the parties who own it and is treated by law as if it were an individual person. The shareholders who invest by buying shares of stock. On the other hand, corporations are governed by a board of directors elected by the shareholders. A corporation can do everything that a sole proprietorship or a partnership can do on property: buy and sell merchandise, pay bills, and make contracts. Who is the owner of the corporation? A corporation's shareholders are its actual owners, but the board of directors is in charge of its management. A company is recognized by the law as a distinct legal entity. As a result, the business is seen as untouched and independently from the board of directors, who supervise and manage the corporation on a daily basis. But they act on behalf of the shareholders, who are the firm owners for the sake of the corporation. Who manage the corporation? The directors and officers of a corporation govern and run it. The shareholders appoint the directors, who are in charge of the corporation's overall management and corporate governance. The directors appoint the officers who are in charge of the corporation's day-to-day management and activities. So, there are the advantages of corporation: ability to raise capital, limited liability, continued life, separation of ownership and management. Ability to raise capital is a major advantage of a corporation is the ability to sell its stock and generate capital or money. If the corporation needs money for growth, expansion, or other purposes, the company can sell additional shares of stocks to raise the necessary funds. Limited liability is a great advantage to the stockholders or owners of a corporation is that they have limited liability. Continued life is when a sole proprietor retires, dies, or sells his or her business to someone else that the business causes to exist. Separation of ownership and management is the owners do not run the business in most publicly held corporation. Instead, they elect a board of directors, a group of individuals who are responsible for overseeing the general affairs of the corporation. And this is the advantage of corporation. The first one is complex and expensive setup. The second one is a slow decision-making process. And the last one is double taxation. Complex and expensive setup is you have learned that sole proprietorships and partnerships are fairly easy to set up, and contrast a great deal of work is required to create a corporation. The second one is slow decision-making process. Is a major disadvantage of the corporation is the slowness of the decision-making process. In sole proprietorship and partnerships, only a few people determine how the business is run. As a result, decision may be made quickly. The third one is double taxation. Is another major disadvantages of a corporation concerns taxes. Because a corporation is a separate legal entity, it must pay state and federal income taxes on its profits. Dividends that stockholders receive are then taxed again. That's all for our topic. I hope you enjoy. Thank you and God bless.